Summer in the South is like a low country boil, except instead of shrimp, potatoes, and corn sitting in a boiling pot, it's you. The heat is stifling and the bugs are out for blood. So how do you survive summer in the South? Well, you can't. It's impossible. But if you're determined to try, here are 10 tips on how to survive summer in the South. Good luck. Number 1, choose your clothes wisely because that initial tan line is going to be at least a summer-long commitment. I've still got a Timex watch tan from the summer of 1997 I've been trying to get rid of. I don't know how. Number 2, make sure you've got these essential summer supplies. Sunblock. Any SPF will work as long as you reapply every 10 minutes. Yeah. But keep in mind, no matter how much you put on, you will get sunburned at least twice. It's a rite of passage. Bug spray. It doesn't work, but it's the thought that counts. Fans. All the fans. Any fan available. Ceiling fans, box fans, portable fans, any piece of paper you can just wave in front of your face. Even Tennessee fans if they're willing to come over and move the air around. Come on. It's hot. Hats. It's okay. Most people can't pull them off. Even me. Just find one that works for you. Fedoras are forbidden though, unless you're a 1940s detective, a jazz musician, or Indiana Jones, which I'm pretty sure you're not. Water. You don't need a lot, just water for drinking. And water for the hose, and water for the sprinkler, and water for that hydration backpack you're gonna wanna be wearing at all times. Or you could just immerse yourself in a swimming pool until late October. A slip and slide. You don't even need an official one. Just grab the biggest tarp the store has, a little bit of baby oil, and your water hose, and boom, instant summer fun. Because nothing takes your mind off the oppressive summer heat like careening over rough terrain at 25 miles an hour, laughing through the pain as you eventually overshoot a tiny little pond at the end. The only skill required is making it look like it was more fun than painful. And because we live in the South during the summer, we're already experts at that. Also, maybe let the kids use it from time to time. Now that you've got your supplies, let's move on to tip number 3. Find a guy with a boat. If you've got to be outside, it's really the only way to do it. It's not enough to just be by the water, you've got to be gliding on top of it to really get some relief. It also unlocks a whole slew of summer activities like tubing, water skiing, and battling motion sickness. Tip number 4, brace yourself for an outrageously high power bill because you're going to want that AC running at all times. Rob a bank if you have to, and use the extra cash to wipe the sweat off your face, moneybags. But the fan's still got to run at all times too. If your fan isn't hanging on by the wires by fall, you didn't do it right. Tip number 5, freezer pops somehow make everything better, and they come in a bazillion pack. In fact, popsicles are always the preferred frozen dessert in the southern summer, whether they're homemade, bought from the store, or those terrifying Sonic the Hedgehog popsicles from the ice cream truck. But a word of warning about dairy-based treats, everyone says it's just a myth, but I know firsthand that ice cream and milkshakes can and will spoil in your stomach because of the summer heat. And it's not pretty. Tip number 6, if you're going swimming, you're gonna want deli sandwiches. I don't make the rules, but for some reason, those sandwiches are heavenly with a side of Doritos after a good swim. Just be sure to wait 30 minutes after eating before getting back in the pool. I know everyone says that's just a myth too, but every Southern mom can't be wrong, can they? And if you're at the beach, you're gonna need Starburst from a cooler. Just trust me. Tip number 7, you must open all car doors for at least 20 minutes before getting in and sitting on the leather seats, especially if you're wearing shorts. It's called letting it air out. And whatever you do, do not touch the steering wheel or the seatbelt buckle unless you want instant 3rd-degree burns. Tip number 8, even though it may sound like a great idea, outdoor seating at restaurants is no longer acceptable. Unless you're at the beach, but even then, prepare to melt before your food arrives. I don't know, maybe you like to eat fried crab claws while profusely sweating. I don't, and everyone's always fighting to cram under that awkward shadow being cast by that too small umbrella, and someone always ends up sitting under that sliver of boiling sunlight. You want the first 20 minutes of your meal to be, do you want to switch places so you don't have to be in the sun? I didn't think so. Stay inside. Tip number 9. Come June, you can no longer walk barefoot on anything but grass. You will burn the bottoms of your feet. On a semi-related note, walking barefoot on the deck is how I learned how to dance. It goes something like this. And finally, tip number 10, don't be fooled when it rains. Sure, you might get a couple of minutes of relief from the unbearable heat, but as soon as it's over, the 500% humidity rolls in, and soon you'll be sweating and suffocating in an atmosphere that's 23% oxygen nitrogen and 86% hot water. Don't check my math on that. Just remember, summer in the South means being extremely uncomfortable at all times while trying to make it look like you're having a good time. Just like a slip and slide. Just stay inside, crank up the AC, sit in the freezer, and it'll all be over in 8 to 10 months. Just in time for that 1 week of winter to come and lull you into a false sense of security before you've got to do it all over again. I'm Adam from It's a Southern Thing, and that's living in the South. I don't know, maybe you like to eat fried crab claws, fried crab claws.
Hi, I'm Kaylee, and you're watching It's a Southern Thing. That was supposed to be a possum. Click here to subscribe, and click here to watch more funny ha-has.